The goal here is to always be yourself, to unravel the story as it is written, to discover the present as you unwrap it, is to be yourself, to find out who you are, not by your plans, not by your past results, not by the identity that you have or who you think you are, but to find yourself by following your feelings every moment, to ignite the inferno of who you are. Ignite the inferno of who you are right now. And it's always going to happen. You're never going to get there because you always have to stay there. Okay, you realize that. You could get there and then you might lose it, but you got to stay there. That's the key. That's the key. That's the goal. You got to stay there. You can get there and then you can lose it, but you got to stay there. And guess what happens if you lose it? You're going to find it again now. Right now. You're going to find it again now. You're going to find it again now. Okay? So you must discover your soul. You must discover that. That's part of it. I mean, it's part of it. It's not, not the whole thing, but it's a good part of it. It really is. Discover the soul. I mean, it says right there in Revelation that you'll get the new name, and we will all see each other in heaven in a new way, with a new face and a new name. It says this in the book. Go into the book. And I'm going to church. I got church going on. I got church happening. But remember, what does it say? Revelation. The new heaven, the new earth. Okay, the new heaven. No more sickness, no more death, no more disease. No more fear, no more suffering. Because when you suffer, it's holding on to pain. So you got to go into your pain and you got to let it go, right? But you got to let it flow through you. Sometimes you can't just let it go. You can let it go, but you got to get it out. This is in you, so you got to get it out of you. So you got to express it. You got to get it out. So how do you get it out? Okay, you got to express it. You got to feel it. Sometimes you got to dance it off. But here's the thing, guys. It never ends. Okay, this is what I want to share with you. It never ends. It's a process that continues forever. You'll never get there. That's what I want you to know. Because once you get there, you're still here right now. And you keep going. Like, that's the point. Like, you keep going. You never will end. This will never end. You will literally never end. This game will never end. This game will never end. The only thing that stops it is fear, judgment, and shame, and guilt, right? These emotions block it. People die because of their own guilt, because of their own resentment, because of their own shame, and they held onto it deep into life. So much shame, so much guilt, and fear, okay? So we gotta be there for each other. We gotta love each other. We gotta be there for each other, okay? And we gotta just be here in the present moment with each other, okay? And we gotta work on its inner self. We gotta work on not judging, okay? And so we gotta heal that, okay? It's how it works. You got to see who you are. It's not something that can be labeled. It's not something that can be written down and this is who I am. These are the rules I follow. These are the principles that I have. Well, that's one way of looking at it, but it's not that. It's just not that. The answer is you have to be yourself every moment, and you can't really label it. You really can't. Like, how can you label it? I mean, you just can't label it. You can try, but even so, you're going to be in a new moment. Tomorrow's going to come, and if you really are following that heart, and you're feeling your heart, and you're following every moment, you don't need to plan anything other than whatever's relevant in this moment. Okay, so you just got to follow your feelings. What's the next step for you? Well, think about, it's not your goals, okay? It's not your goals. It's not your dreams. It's not your results. That's not the goal. The goal is to unravel who you are, to unravel the real you. That's the real goal. The goal is to, you could say, meet your soul or to merge your soul, but is that really, is that the best way of wording it? I still believe the best way to word it is you got to be yourself every moment. You got to speak your truth every moment. You have to, you have to discover it every moment, and it never ends. And you realize it's just you judging yourself, and no one else even knows, like, that you're judging yourself, and no one even knows that you're criticizing yourself in your head, and you have all these rules, and you could just express it and be vulnerable as you could be vulnerable right now. You could be vulnerable right now, and no one cares. And if you think someone cares, you think someone's judging you, that's their own reflection. So you just have to see, what is God calling you to do right now in this moment, and realize there's other people are going through the same thing you are. Everyone's going through the same thing at the same time. It's a collective consciousness, okay? It's literally the collective consciousness. So it's just how it works. But realize this, we are all upgrading each other together. It's a team project, okay? It is a team project. And that's the key too, is like, how can you express this stuff to others? You think, how do you express this stuff? And the answer is you just do. Because you have to find the answer. The answer is you. The answer is you got to keep going. Because it never ends, guys. It never ends. Keep going, okay? Keep going, it never ends. And be real. You have to be real. You have to be real with yourself, but not in a judgmental way. Like, not in a judgmental way, because you're still, if you're like, oh, I have to plan this and force this, and dude, it's like, it doesn't matter because it's not in the present moment. You gotta let that go. Be in the present moment.